Bonjour, je m'appelle Rochelle et aujourd'hui je vais vous montrer comment créer un podcast. So, the first thing that you need to do is get some software to record your podcast file. And the software we're going to use is Audacity. So you'll find that at the link below. Now you can see here it will prompt you to download the file that you need for your computer. I'm using a Mac, so it's prompting me to download a Mac version. As you can see, there are a number of other versions available, so you should be able to find one that will work with your computer. What you'll get once you download that is this. This is Audacity. This is the Mac version, obviously, but it looks very, very similar, actually exactly the same on a PC. And here's how it works. I just push this red button and I start talking. And as you can see, it's recording my voice, and you can actually see sort of the waveform of my voice as I'm talking. When I'm done a sentence, or I just want to pause, I can hit the stop button here. And you see I've got here, let's have a listen to it. So I have this little sort of rewind button, and I'll click that to go to the start and play. And I start talking. And as you can see, that's fairly clear. Now, if there's a piece that you need to remove, you can take your cursor and highlight the part you want to remove and then hit delete on your keyboard, and it will just vanish. And you can hear it. When I'm a sentence, or I just there you go. Now if I decide I'm gonna I've only done a part of it, the first sentence or so of what I want to record, so I can bring the cursor right to where I want to keep going with my recording and hit record, and there you see it'll open up a new track, but it starts from the point where I stopped. So that's how I can sort of stop and start and edit as I'm going. Now, the other thing you should know about is that you can move these tracks around within this space. So let's say I want to be really creative and overlap the pieces that I've recorded. I can actually just move this around, and then we can hear the whole thing. And I start talking, and there, and as you can see, it's recording my voice, but it's hard to understand. So you can, even if you record them in the wrong spot initially, you can still move a track around. So it helps to do them in pieces. You can see I've even sort of pushed that up. I think that's a Mac trick. But that's how you can keep them in as many tracks as you need, depending on how many breaks you take. But that's how you edit and move things around in Audacity. So now that we've done that, we just need to save this file. So you can save the project, which saves it to your computer as a working file. But if you want to save it and share it with someone else, you export it. So now you have many export options, and here you see, there they all are. Now, a warning: the first time you go to save as an MP3 file, it will prompt you to download a lame library. Which you will see, it'll send you to this page. This seems way more complicated than it actually is. I'll show you what's going to happen. It'll bring you to here, click on that lame download page, which looks scary but is okay, and you see they've got a bunch of options here. There's the Windows version, there's a Mac version here. So click through to that and follow the instructions. Not complicated, it just needs to add a little piece to your Audacity file, and that's got to do with rights management and such like. But once you get through all that, and you'll do it once and that'll be the end of it, then you'll be able to save as an MP3 file. And on a Mac, I've noticed this comes up, which is fine. It just is name and title and that sort of thing. You may not see that on a PC, and that's okay. Hit OK, and it's going to warn you that it's going to mix it to one channel, which is just fine. That's what you want. And save it, and there it goes. Now it's going to be on your desktop. So now you'll have your file. Now what do you do? Well, to share with your class, we're going to go to Blackboard. So what we'll do is look for the course blog, and in this case I've got a podcast one to show you. So this is what you're going to do. You create a blog entry and give it a title for what your file is. Probably a better title than that one. And now what we're going to do is, you see this little icon here, or this little icon here, depending on what we have with audio content. We want to add audio content. If you look really close, you'll see that it's a little speaker. So you click on that little tiny button and you end up with a page like this. So we want to insert an audio file. So we're going to browse for it, and there's my file. So I'm going to open that. I've got some other options here, but we can just leave everything as it is. Click Submit as it uploads. Now this always shows up. Now there's what it's going to look like. And I can test it here. And I start talking. And as you, alright, but I'm not quite done yet. Over here and click Submit. And that puts the little thing in there. Now you can't see it in here, and that's okay. But what we'll do is post entry. And here we go. There it is. So that's how you create and post your podcast file. Bonne chance!